Russia has now lost 1,000 square kilometers of land to the Ukrainian forces. This is all within 7 days, and the Russian military fighting desperately to take that land back. It is now safe to say that the Russian military is the second most powerful fighting force in Russia. There are now 10,000 Ukrainian troops supported by tanks and armored vehicles in the occupied region. Ukraine is now in control of 30 Russian settlements. Over 121,000 Russians have been evacuated and 50,000 have been told to leave. The key region held by Ukraine forces is still the Kursk region, but it just came out that 2,000 Russian airstrikes against Ukraine came out from that spot, which means Russia has lost a vital staging ground for launching attacks into Kyiv and other regions. Russia's President Vladimir Putin has dismissed peace talks with Ukraine, saying that how could he possibly try to negotiate with someone who attacks innocent civilians and nuclear facilities. He seems to forget what his Wagner forces did to the innocent Ukrainians and the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. In March of this year, Putin warned that Russia was going to use nuclear weapons if its sovereignty was threatened. His exact words were a threat to the existence of the Russian state, our sovereignty, and independence. It's been 7 days, 168 hours since Ukraine has taken Russian lands. What, has he lost the keys? Or maybe do the vast majority of Russia's nukes not actually work? Now we are seeing bits on social media from Igor Shushko saying that Russian partisans in Kursk, previously recruited and armed by the Ukraine Special Operations Forces, have been activated. So Russian breakaway militias are now coordinating with Ukraine armed forces. Russia has made it very clear that they need more of Iran and China's assistance, but at least on Iran's part, they are dealing with a potential retaliation against Israel. They've been releasing statements on social media especially saying that an attack is going to come within the next 24 hours. Long story short, they said that 6 days ago and nothing has happened. Iranian officials have made it very clear that they want their retaliation against Israel to be so overwhelming that it deters Israel from waging another assault. So I guess they're just not going to attack Israel. But if Iran does launch some kind of major assault against Israel, they are not going to be able to procure weaponry for the Russian military. And why are reports coming out that Russia was just subjected to a Chinese cyber attack around the same time China made another call on Ukraine and Russia to de-escalate amid this fresh offensive? By the end of July, Russian entities were getting bombarded by Chinese state-backed hacking groups APT-27 and APT-31. And remember, Ukraine forces launched a cyber attack and a lot of jamming frequencies at Russian drones and other infrastructure right before they invaded. I would not put it past the Chinese government to realize that they bet on the wrong horse with Russia and decided to help them lose. No matter what happens in the outcome of this war, China now has Russia completely locked onto depending on them. But again, that is just an idea. But how do you think the world would react if America launched a cyber attack against Ukraine? Because that's kind of the same thing. I am the Geo Husar, and how much longer do you think it's going to take Putin to have another peace talk with Ukraine? Desperation is inspiration. Thanks for watching.